happened when you came to the United States?
We came to the United States. We came to your daddy's cousin.
Uh-huh.
Eva Have, wie hat sie geheißen?
Eva
Blomstein. She had four daughters.
Yeah.
4 daughters. Two daughters were living with her.
Mm-hmm.
One was married, and her husband has also got a drugstore.
Yes.
They had a drugstore, and they lived together with Harvey.
Yeah.
And the other daughter was single. Bella hat sie geheißen, heißt sie. Betty. And she was living with her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 3 bedrooms, so they give us a bedroom, me and her. And Harry was started to work with her sister, wie noch hat sie geheißen?
Let me talk a little bit.
Okay, talk.
When we came to the States, we both was very nervous wrecks. Our cousin was a widow. Her husband died
She just before
2 years ago or so. 2 years before we was coming, and she was very happy to see us. We shall stay with her. And everybody said, all of the rest of the relatives, that we get her back into life. Her daughters neglected her. She was crying at night
in the middle of the night
because she was missing her husband.
Yeah.
But Golda went up in the middle of the night to her bed and talked to her and quiet her down, and everything was. During that time, I came to the States with $29, and we had to ride a streetcar, which we spent the $29 on it. And food and board we had with our
cousin. They
was talking about helping us buy a store, a grocery store.
Tell me your last time.
And in order to know a little bit, I went to that other cousin,
her sister,
to learn the business. So he started to learn me English.
What's his name?
Learn me English.
His name was Sam.
His name was Sam Rosenberg, and his wife was the sister of my cousin, the sister of the other cousin.
Dad?
Of Eva Blomstein.
Look at us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
didn't know you
Let
wanted
me
to look
talk.
when you...
Let me talk.
Wait a second. I'll give it that.
Well, you equal time. You both can tell the story.
Yeah.
Okay, let
me talk now a little bit. When he start to work at this grocery by Sam Rosenberg, is when he picked up a bottle, a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Wie leid ich das Fläschel?" We didn't know about.
In the Yiddish language, a bottle is a fläschel. And a bag is a bottle.
Oh.
So I said, where shall I put this fläschel? He said, it's not a fläschel, it's a bottle. Then when I said, I'll pack the merchandise and the bottle, he said, it's not a bottle, it's a bag.
So this way he learned a little. And I went with Have we walked to look for a business.
Look for a store.
For a store. And she said that she will get a mortgage on her house and get the money to buy a store. And we went, and anyway we looked for the store, and we find the store on Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
The store what you have the picture. And we start the business, and I was very good in the business. I didn't speak English, but we were good, like I told you before.
Well, you're always good in the business.
Yeah, like I told you before, I went to buy dishes for Pesach, and I sold it right away. So I went back and bought other dishes.
Mm-hmm. And sold them.
And in this way, we picked up the business.
Okay.
But she had a daughter. You see the store? This
Yeah,
is the
it's coming.
store. You see?
You have to
And
hand
she
focus.
had a daughter. Her husband studied law
Mhm. Go on.
in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were in the business a short time, and we picked up,
9 months.
was it?
9 months.
9 months was it, and we picked up till how much?
We started with $500.
570.
Mm-hmm.
With $575 business a week. And during 9 months, it became close to $2,000 a week business.
How much of that was expenses?
Well, this was in 1950,
Mm-hmm.
and while she saw that the business is so good,
The children saw, not she.
the children,
So
The
they
other
wanted to take away from us the business.
Who's this?
Harvest
Children.
children,
Chava.
nicht have, no, the children, the daughters.
Yeah.
And they want to give the business to Esther. Esther's mom, she was a teacher. Esther's husband studied law. He wasn't yet a finished lawyer. So they figured up, and they will have the business, because the business was good and always better and better, is they will take and give us a couple dollars and...
So how do you remember it, Dad?
What?
My daddy remembers it differently. What's your story?
Well,
You say you've
he
been with
was
for a long
he
time.
was a lawyer and she was a teacher, but they did not make out well. So they talked in these sisters. The cousin had 4 daughters. The oldest daughter lived in New Jersey, which did not make a living from the law practice and teaching.
From teaching.
So the sisters talked in her daughters talked in my cousin, she shall take away from us the store. The store was written on us two, on myself and Golda and her.
Harvey,
But
because she got the money on a mortgage on her house.
the mortgage was on the store and on her house.
Yeah.
But it was meant, the store, for us, that she is going to help us out until we Americanize, until
Till we
we
be able to
we
talk to,
able to use the language.
because I didn't know about English.
But while the business was went in the right direction, so her daughters told her she shall take away from us the business and give us the oldest daughter, and she shall send that away. It's after 9 months, Saturday night, we sat down at the table, she told us, children, you was with us 9 months, you got a business, we'll give you $1,000, we'll give you $1,500, and give up, and I'll take the business, and I'll work with my daughter.
You will buy another business, you know.
And you can buy another business.
You know, for the $1,500 what she gave me.
I myself was almost agreeable. We'll take some more
and go away.
And buy another store, and it shall be peace in the family. But Golda said that the truth has to be on top.
It was like
the store
that.
was meant for us, so
it was like
we shall have the store.
Yeah.
It was
so
like
she
that.
said that she's giving us $1,500. Golda told her, I'll give you $2,000.
No, it was like this. Excuse me, let me start, because I did this business. You see, we had a salesman, but we bought groceries from him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a brother, I think it was
a brother-in-law.
A brother-in-law, a lawyer. His name was Salis.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked to me.
Yeah.
Don't give away the business. Go to my brother-in-law and he will tell you what to do. So, meanwhile, the family, the aunt, other cousins, find out that she's going to take away from the store. And so other people. So anyway, I went to this lawyer and he said like this, okay, maybe we will try to get money for you. Yeah, and she said, while we stay with the store, we have to pay the whole mortgage. If I told her I give her $2,000, she said, not only this, the mortgage too. You know, the mortgage alone was almost $6,000. We didn't pay that.
We said we'll give her $2,000 and she shall go out from the business. So Golda said she'll give her $2,500, go up and take the $5,000.
I went to this lawyer and he said, if she give you $2,000, you give her $2,500. Till $5,000 go.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because the business was worth $5,000.
The business was good. So meanwhile, people find out that we didn't have no money. We didn't have no 1 penny in the hand. I didn't have even an apartment, because if I go out in the business, I have moved in here.
Oh, so you were living with Papa.
I was living with her. So people came in and want to give me money, to lend me money, and to pay her up. I said, I don't take no 1 penny. If you want to give me money, go to Salis, to our lawyer, and you give him the money. So meanwhile, a lot of people bring money to the Salis, yeah, and I find out every time that we have money, and every day she said she give me $2,500. I said, I give you $3,000. When she gave me $3,000, I said, I give you $3,500 until $5,000. But $5,000, she wasn't sure that I have the money. You know.
Because she was, yeah.
Yeah, and she was sure that when we will go to the lawyer, she will take away the store. She give me the $5,000 for $5,000, and she will take the store. But if you will have $5,000 and pay the mortgage, you get the store. That's what she said. When we came to the store, to the lawyer, we start the business too, and she heard that I have the money. She said, Golda, you are genius, you something. I got this money. And there was one fella who came to Saarlis with $1,500. He wanted to give me. He had $1,500 or not to give away the money. I have to pay all the money back. But he wanted also to donate, not a donation, but
to help us out, to borrow us money.
Because everybody was so anxious. Why they going to take away the stuff in the green? You understand?
These were all relatives that lent you the money?
All
mostly white relatives. Is the man with the $1,500 is Saarlis, I don't need no more. I have plenty of money.
Yeah.
He didn't need the $1,500. Is always when he came, why you didn't took with me the $1,500? I want to share the mitzvah.
You know how much money we needed? She wanted everything clear. So we had to pay her the $1,500.
$5,000.
The $5,000. We had to pay
$5,700.
the mortgage for the mortgage.
And we have to pay the groceries.
For the mortgage, we had to pay that $500. So we had to pay $5,500
for the mortgage.
For the mortgage, $5,000 for her, and $2,000 we had bills, grocery.
We had bills, grocery bills.
Almost,
in Boston money, everything.
Almost $13,000, and people brought the money, and we paid her.
He didn't know even,
We would do better, I say it now too, we would do better if we would leave her the store.
Well, yeah.
Because we had a lease only for $3,000 for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then one day we found out it's true or not, but we thought that she is going to buy out the building.
The building to take away
the lease.
And they wouldn't renew the lease, and we put in $11,000 or $13,000. So what good is it? So we had to buy the building.
Listen, and the owner in this building, I had a ring, a diamond ring like you. We didn't have money because we owed the people the money. It was after 3 years. And we had the man going to sell the house. What we will do, we will not have, and we were thinking that she is going to buy the house to take away the stove in us. Is the owner said, if you want the house, I give you the house. I will sell you the house. But I said, I don't have no money. How much money do you have? The lawyer took the ring and gave me $500 to pay down, and he took a down payment $500 and we bought the house.
Wait a second. The house was waited. It's not so yet. On real estate, $24,000. He asked from us $40,000, and this is what we paid him. $40,000.
It was
with
more
a $500 down payment. So this is the reason we worked. The store was good, but the money went for nothing.
And you made monthly payments to him on the building?
Yeah, we paid out the building.
We paid out the building. They turned down later this building.
And then the...
So what you're saying, the money went for nothing because you had to pay out
Because we had to pay $40,000 for the building. The building was only 24. In 55, we sold the store. with the building. For how much? I don't remember.
45,000.
For 40, not 45.
45.
We sold the store with the building for $40,000. Then we bought back the store later on, and a year later, for $16,000. And a year later, they torn down the building and they made a project there for low-income families. And we lost all $16,000. So we made money, but more than we made, more we lost.
And after we bought a store in a white neighborhood, a German neighborhood.
But before, let's go back to the old store. I remember you said that when you started working, you didn't speak any English when you started.
I wrote a note, please help yourself. Because I couldn't, I wrote it down not in English, I wrote it down in Yiddish. Please help yourself.
In Yiddish letters, so you could read it.
Yiddish, I can read because I didn't know English. In Yiddish, I wrote it down, please help yourself.
So the customers helped.
The customer took, looked around on the shelves and picked up and come to the register. And
So how did you deal with the salesman, the delivery man?
They're always Yidden, they talk Yiddish. You know
Yiddish,
what?
we had a Polish salesman.
I had a Polish salesman. He
taught us how to do with the beef.
He sold meat.
Yeah.
And we bought a half a cow.
Half a cow?
Yeah. And I was the butcher. And I cut the half a cow on pieces. He came in and he saw how I cut. He said, no.
He came once after work and showed us what
To
to do
show
and
me
how to do.
how to cut and how to do. And with him, I taught Polish because he was a Polak. And I was home, I could talk to him and he talked to me. And he teach me how to, you see, I cut the meat. I didn't know that T-bone is a better meat. I cut T-bone, I cut everything together, and I sold it. This was in the beginning. But later, I was a good butcher. You see, I can tell you this. This store came in a girl. She was 8 years old. Thelma, you remember Thelma?
Go on.
You want him to remember Thelma. Thelma worked for us till 55. He was born.
Oh, that's right. He can remember Thelma.
You remember Thelma?
This Thelma came in, she had a mother and 4 sisters, but each child have a separate father, and they didn't know the father, because he make the child.
Golda, this is on record, so don't talk. This is on record.
Okay, not to take it. No, that's right. So this Thelma was working for us quite a while. After she met in our store a boy, and she got married, and when she got married, he was working for construction board. And when she got married, we sold the store, we went out in the business. This time was a Israeli man who had a business, a grocery store, and he wanted to sell this business, the grocery, for $1,000. As I told this Thelma, she was working for us from 8  to 10 years, 8 years. 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 8 How many years she was for? 8 years. Anyway, she is, I told her, Thelma, take the store. I will buy for you the store and you will pay. So I told the man that I give him $200, on the 1,000, and she will pay him each month, pay him out the $800, in the $200 what I paid in, she will pay me later. She paid me back. So he and her husband went into the store, what we bought for $1,000.
They make money.
And they very rich. She have a son exact the same age was Jaime. She got pregnant and I got pregnant. Yeah, with Jaime. And she paid out for this, and I helped her with this. I bought her the store. So she became a mensch. And he got.
What is boiled for now?
What?
What is boiled for now?
The water is boiled. You just.
What she said is boiling?
Yeah, it's boiled.
So, and she got her grocery also, and I helped her. You see, when we came, I couldn't understand. No, I don't have better at all, Anyway, later, we bought another store. We bought a store by German people in a white neighborhood. And when I came into this store, a big store, like a drugstore, a big drugstore, in such a beautiful store. And on the top is a beautiful apartment. And he asked for this store. How much we paid for this store?
Well, 16,000, I think.
16?
Yeah.
With the building, without?
No, just for the store. And when we took this store, I look at this store, I fall in love. I said, I like the store. But a lot of people looked around for this store, Jewish people, and they were scared to buy this store because German people, they will not buy. They will not buy. And one fella, 6 months, he stayed and looked from where the customers are coming. Is the customers were coming like 20 miles away, from far away, because this store had good meat and had beer and wine and beautiful in delicatessen, in drug salad, not prescription medicine, but patent medicine. A beautiful store. And the store was also on a corner. What can I tell you? I fell in love with this store. So I said, and I went also with Chave.
You were friends with Chava though.
Yeah, she loves me.
Even though you had the problems.
The children did not talk with me, but she talks with me. With her, I was Chava. So I said, Chava, I like this store. And she said, I like it also. So we bought the store. And we bought the store, and he guaranteed this time also $2,200 business. And I said, okay, and we bought the store. In this store was working a fella, Mr. Neyer. He was an engineer working for Western Union.
Western Union.
For Western Union he was working.
He was a retired engineer.
And he was a retired engineer, and he was a little bit deaf, and so he couldn't work. In this time he could make only $25 a week. but he was so good in fixing all the models, all the things. And when he find out, I have a book from him, when he find out that Jewish people bought the store, he got mad, and he was working for this was his son in his store there. The daughter wasn't working, no, the son-in-law, two, wie noch sucht nicht Schwurgers.
Brother-in-laws.
Two brother-in-laws were working in the store. And it was working 3 people more. And his father was working. He wasn't working too hard, but he was working good from 10 to 3. And he was taking 25, they paid him $25 a week. And when we took it over, and he said he took his hat, goodbye, he ran away. He ran away, what can I do? He ran away, and we started work. He was 2 weeks at home. He got crazy. But, you know, a man, he always was working, and he loved his store, and everybody called him Pa. Pop, you know, Pa. So after the 2 weeks, his son come over and Mrs. Golda, would you take back my father, you know, to Japan? I said, why not? Let him come back. I didn't told him to go. He went away by himself. So he came in. When he came in, I said, Pa, I don't have a father. I need a Pa. Why you went away? Please, work with us, come on. And I talked to him like this. So one day, in the morning, I was short in cornflakes, you know, cornflakes. Yeah, we had downstairs a basement. It was the size from the store. And downstairs was the stack, a stack room, everything.
The same thing what was upstairs
was upstairs, was downstairs. So I told the I told the boy, bring me up a box of cornflakes and we will put it up, because he was working with the boy. The boy brought up the cornflakes, and he told him, put it this way, and I went on the step ladder and I started to put on, and I put on the cornflakes on the shelf.
The whole case.
The whole box. He came in 10 o'clock. You know, he started about 10 o'clock. When he came in, he saw the cornflakes. It wasn't like he put it up. He said, oh no. And he went down and threw down the whole cornflakes. And I said, Pop, what's wrong? Not this way. My way will put. He was like the boss. And we treat him very nice. You understand? Yeah. I wasn't mad. I put it up.
It wasn't like this. Each thing has a place.
And I took away.
There was a hole in the shell. Something was missing. So she filled in everything with cornflakes.
You know,
then
anyway.
You don't know what's short. So when he came in, he said that's the places which are short. He had to bring it up. So she filled it in with everything with cornflakes. So he went to throw down everything on the floor, took it away, took it down, and he made it straight. Like
and I was laughing, you know, He do it for good for me, you know.
He was right.
Oh, sure he was right. We treat him nice. We treat him so nice. You see, he wrote to me a letter. I have the letter. That any time when I will open us, he want to work with us.
What nationality was he?
German.
He was German.
He was German.
But he was German, but he was Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
And he called out in his church. He made the pastor, the father, called out in his church that they shall come to us, to our store, we shall buy, because we are good people. That's right.
Yeah, he said when he said he find out that Jews, he was taking the Jewish people out with, I don't know, bad people, you know, like. But later he was working with us. The priest, wie noch so knapp a Galler, the priest, came in the store to meet us. And later we had a lot of customers from church, from his church. He went to Israel, you know, he went for a tour. He went to my sister's house to visit her, yeah. I have a book from him, from Mr. Nair.
So how long did he work for you?
What?
How long did Pop work for you?
All the time, 3 years.
3 years, how long they had the store?
Oh, you only had the store for 3 years?
3 years.
There in Baltimore we had.
We bought it in 1960, and we sold it winter 63, 64.
You see,
3
there
years.
we have, we collect bills for gas electric. We had money orders. We sold money, you know what means money orders?
Everybody knows.
We sold money orders. Is the company for money orders trust us 20 books. In the beginning, she just gave 2 books with money orders, and you pay for these 2 books, you get another 2 books. But we sold a lot in the way we handled, you know, like if I sold a book, 3 times in the day I deposit the money in the bank. I didn't, you know, the bank was closed.
We did not use their money. We did not use it.
You know, soon we got the money, we put it in the bank. If the bank was closed, we put through a window, we deposit, you know. We didn't put in money, we put in checks. You know, my checks, this way. Anyway, in the same thing we had with the gas electric company. And when we sold the store, yeah, another thing, when we had the store, and somebody with the street car, with the boss, came in to change $1. He won't change $1. I changed, we always keep $200 dimes and nickels and quarters to have change, not to say if somebody come in the store to say, no, I don't have change. I always had. I try to please and to give them change. When we sold the store to the other people, I told them, the first thing, the gas electric took away they didn't want to trust them, the new people. The money orders, they didn't want to trust them, you know, like this.
Within a year, he paid us the $16,000 and he lost it.
He lost it. Because he was stingy, I don't know how to say. He didn't want to change $1. He didn't want to keep $200 small change like this. And another thing, we kept the best meat. I didn't know how to be a butcher, but I kept the best. The best meat, the best chickens, the best ham. You know, we sold ham. The lunch meat, the best, everything the best, in a good quality. And we didn't cheat on the scale. You know, we were honey. The honest way is the best way. And that's why we had a good business and we were success in the business.
So let me ask you, in the store, you and Daddy, did you do different jobs? Like, were you in charge of one thing and you in charge of the other?
Yeah, sure. I was.
Well, Mommy was the boss and she did not let me.
You didn't do anything?
That was trouble.
So what did you do, Dad? What did you do in the store?
Well, we worked together. What do you mean?
But you can't do
I
anything.
was for the cash register.
When I was, from 1955 till 1960, I was in partnership with Leo,
Yeah.
the store. So we have
in Leo's
divided.
store? In Leo's store?
No, in our on
Madison
Avenue, the same
Avenue.
store we bought back. When we sold it in 55, we bought it back.
With Leo?
With Leo.
And Mommy didn't manage it?
No, Mama didn't came to that store.
I didn't want to be in the store.
So we
that's
have
also
divided.
when you were
I
having
buy
me.
the groceries, Leo buys the cigarettes and the vegetables. We have divided, so we did not walk in one in the other one's
business.
So we was always straight. I couldn't do this with Mama. Well, whatever I wanted to do, she was there in front of me. Well, this is the way. It didn't work right. No grocery store, no Papa-Mama store worked right when Papa-Mama working together all day long and home all night long.
Not to work together.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
good.
have to have a separate store.
You
and he
go,
have to have
you
a
go to
separate-
the office in the morning, and he go to his office in the morning.
That's good.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. If you would work together the same job, no good. And this it didn't work with us. We had
But you
trouble.
did it because you had to. You had to. That was all you could do at the time.
Yeah, we
I
got in
didn't
the
have-
same business.
So that's all, Leslie said that's the only choice you had was to run the store together.
Because we had the business, we had the
What
one
el-
business.
what else
I
would
didn't
you
have
do?
No. But later we sold the business, we had job. We have a job.
Yeah.
He was manager in
Well, it worked okay.
Well, that's
Later
not as
on,
good.
after the grocery, we did not make money.
but
We almost make the living, how do you say, ends meet, but it worked because I worked my job, she had her job.
Why did you sell the store in the German neighborhood?
why we sold the stores?
Because Golda had trouble with her sister-in-law, and she did not wanted to live in the same town.
I want to move to Montreal.
She wanted to move out from Baltimore. She moved to Montreal. She was there half
And
a year.
he got divorced from the sister. And his brother divorced his wife.
Although that was many years later.
Anyway, Golda left Baltimore and she went to Montreal. She was there half a year. And from there she moved to New York, not to Baltimore. She came back to Baltimore, it didn't work again. So I went to New York. No business anymore. Jobs.
We
And
got a job.
And it worked out fine.
By Volbom.
But let me ask you this, I remember there was also problems in the store, weren't you? There was lots of people who robbed you, and wasn't there a fire?
Oh, this was on medicine. Oh,
We had
yeah.
hold-ups and hold-ups.
Was this the first store or the second
The
store?
first store.
Oh, the second store you never had holdups?
No.
And that's the reason you sold the first store is because the holdups?
You see, once he came a bottle of Coca-Cola, and he broke that. He got the top with the bottom, and he came to his store in.
We had this store in a very rough black neighborhood. One of
Leo
them-
kept the store in that neighborhood.
What?
Leo kept the store for 20
Yeah,
years, and he had
yeah,
a 24-hour armed
Well,
guard.
he had that 24-hour guard, at 24 hours, so long the store was open.
With
He
a
had
pistol.
guard with a gun, and the guard did nothing. And he worked all the time.
But you did, at those days you didn't have a guard. That was earlier.
No, I did not have a
No.
guard.
Madison
didn't have
Avenue.
Once one came in, and there was a box on the floor, so he picked up himself and he lied down over the box, and he said, "You see, I fall down." I said, "You hurt yourself?" He said, "Oh yeah." I say, okay, we have insurance. The insurance will pay you to go to the doctor. The insurance will pay you whatever we have. He said, that's all. I said, yeah, well, what else you want? You hurt yourself, you'll get paid. We have insurance. He walked over to we had a water cooler for the soft drinks. So he took out 2 bottles of Coca-Cola, walked outside to the corp, broke off the
top.
How you call it?
Yeah, he broke the top of the bottle.
The top of the bottle, and the pieces of glass stuck out, and put to one side of my face. And he told me, "Now what you going to do about it?" So I said, "There's the insurance, they'll pay you." "Is that so?" he says. He took the other bottle on the other side. And he said, "What you going to do about it?" So I didn't answer nothing. What else could I answer? Then his uncle came in, and it didn't help. No, then he came in, we had a neighbor, a barman. And the barman knew him because it was a boy from the neighborhood. And he asked him, he shall let me go. He didn't want to. So the barman went and called in his uncle. And his uncle took him away. The other time he came in, just for, I don't know, for the kick of it. He took out one knife and put me to the side of the face. And then he took out another knife and put to the other side of the face. He said, "Are you afraid?" When he put on the first knife, I said, "No." So I put a second knife. "Are you afraid?" So I didn't answer. He played with me and let me go. Oh, we had a long store. The store was a long one of Madison Avenue, the first store.
Very big store.
We had on the far end, we had a meat case. And all the way we had the counter until the door.
You have the picture.
So there was a lot of stealing, shoplifting going on. So I saw a man put in 2 boxes, what do you call it? Brown and serve rolls underneath his coat.
Like this.
He walked. I talked to a customer, I had no time, and before I saw he was already at the door. At the door, he took out the 2 boxes and he showed me. "You see, I got you." And he walked out with it. He wouldn't pay, but he passed me by, and I didn't see him having the two boxes. Another lady put in cheese, I don't know, hog feet, whatever.
In Brazil.
In
the Brazil.
And then I saw it, so I talked to her to keep her busy. She shall not walk out, and maybe she'll pay. So I started to talk. She bent over and she left all the merchandise, fall out. One boy came in, had a bottle for 2 cents a parcel bottle. Give me 2. They came in with
empty bottles.
I saw he had a bottle. He put it away. He said, "I brought in 12 bottles. Give me 24 cents." I said, "You brought in 1 bottle." I brought in 12 bottles, and I had no choice. Just give him 24 cents and get rid of it. Oh, but after I had a store with Leo, before they torn down the building, they broke in 7 times in 3 months. 7 times in 3 months.
It was good they
But the
burned
first
down
2
the building,
times
huh?
the insurance paid me, and after the second time they cut me out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much.
It was terrible.
We made money in that store, but we lost more than we made.
Yeah. So I remember the fire. When was the fire?
The fire was in nothing. The fire was in the other store.
Oh.
on
23
North Hilton Street.
Yeah.
In that store, Nancy, your maid, took off for a day or for a couple of days, and she gave her cousin, Gordy. Gordy was your maid that time.
You remember Nancy?
Nancy did not smoke, but that's Gordy smoked. We had our awning over the store. We lived on top, so she smoked out to the window. She threw out a cigarette, and the fire in the awning burned. So we had to call the fire department. It was nothing special, but it was a fire. It was excitement.
I remember going outside in my pajamas.
Yeah,
watching the fire.
And the fire department I had to give them several carton cigarettes. And they came out. And I had to make that new awning. Well, this is from the little things.
So I remember an old man in the store. Is this?
Yeah, this is Mr. Neyer.
With who he had a bone in his throat.
You see, he gave me this
was
a
a
present.
very good man.
Yeah.
He was a little bit deaf like me.
Yeah.
This he gave me.
Well, bring it back over there, and we'll bring it over there.
This Mr. Neyer, and I have a book for Mr. Neyer. You see this flower? You know how many years this was in?
This was in '62.
And it's still nice.
He went to Florida and he brought us a present from Florida.
Here, point it to Leslie, like this, here. Well, it's difficult to see.
No, this way you can see the flower. You see?
Yeah.
This way you can
see it right.
Okay. So that was Mr. Nair, and he worked the whole time.
He was. We had 4 people there at that store working.
Oh, yeah.
We had a steady butcher,
so I remember
Mr. Nair, and a boy, and a beer man who we sold a lot of beer.
So what did you sell the most at? What was, or just anything you're special? This was called Murveit's Delicatessen. It's not a delicatessen like today where everybody sells sandwiches.
No, we didn't sell sandwiches, we sold delicatessen.
We sold lunch meat, delicatessen.
Lunch meat.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cheeses, a lot of lunch meat, hams, different kinds.
Mm-hmm.
And the people, we bought the store, they did $2,300 a week. And when we sold the store, they did $3,200 a week. We always, even the German people, but we did a good business. There I didn't bought like the dishes what I had in Madison Avenue. But we get good meat and the people came over.
Right.
The people came from far away.
From far away they came to our store.
Wow. So tell us now about, you tried for a long time to have a baby.
Oh.
Right, and even in Italy you were, right?
Yeah.
It took 10 years
married,
to have a baby?
I got pregnant right away. And
Right away.
the first time I got the miscarriage in Germany.
In 57, in Germany you had
In Germany.
in Italy.
In Italy.
Mm-hmm.
In 47 or 48 you lost. While I was in the hospital, I was operated in Turin. How do you call that hospital? In Turin University Hospital.
Yeah.
I was operated.
In the late 40s.
On, how do you call it? Sinuses?
Yeah.
But they kept me 29 days in the hospital. The nuns kept me in the hospital more than regular because they said I have no home where to go back to. So they kept me in the hospital. And while I was in the hospital, she was pregnant and she lost the baby.
I lost the baby.
And Uncle Leah took care of her. Well, that's the way. Then when we had trouble,
we came to Baltimore.
When we had trouble with the store, with her, with my cousin.
Yeah, and I didn't have no home, no house. I went to move to
we moved to a friend.
He was a salesman, and he rent us a room, just a room in his apartment. He had a room. And while I was in this,
while she was pregnant, so we wrote to Uncle Leo, if he wants to come over to the States, he'll work with us.
He was in Australia then.
He was in Australia. So he came over. When he came over, she already had lost the baby.
I lost the baby. But with us was working Mr. Wechselberg.
We had a German Jew, very nice fella.
Because he was a bookkeeper in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I need a help to trust a man. So I wrote to him, I called him to New York. He got a job in New York, but I told him, come over, you will stay with us, you will live with us, you will work with us in the store. And he was working with us quite a while. And after I started to run to doctors again I couldn't get pregnant. Later, I couldn't get pregnant. So I find out in New York.
Well, you're already more than 40 years old.
Yeah, about it. When I had
she was 45.
When I got pregnant, I was 45 years.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
The doctor said, he's not. Yeah,
at 45, it's still possible to have a baby.
But don't worry. I find a doctor in New York. He wasn't a citizen yet. He was working with Dr. Goodmacher. Dr. Goodmacher was the doctor who invented the pill to prevent for pregnancy.
The birth control pill.
Birth control pill. So I went to this doctor. We was living in Baltimore, and I went to this doctor in New York. He looked at me and he found my age. Mm-hmm. I was by John Hopkins in Baltimore, but the biggest doctor is the doctor said to John Hopkins, lady, in this age you want to have a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, and I make you take out everything, so you will not.
Hysterectomy.
Yeah. You will not have to worry about a baby and enjoy life. He made an appointment for Monday to go to him. I didn't come in this hospital. I don't want to make hysterectomy. I went to New York to Dr.
Goodmacher.
Not Goodmacher, Klebanov. Mm-hmm. Dr. Klebanov.
He was from Leningrad.
He was from Russia, doctor, a Jewish doctor.
Leningrad.
I don't remember, Leningrad, but a Jewish man. He looked at me, he said like this, I had a baby, but he never had children. So he said, the first thing we have to find out, if you have the menstruation, that's all right, but could be you not producing the eggs. Mm-hmm. You understand? So we have to test if you still able to have a baby to get pregnant. So he told me to come over and he will make a test to come over in the time when I have the menstruation. Soon I get the menstruation, even in the middle of the night, I shall come because you have to make it between the beginning between 6 or 7 hours, you know. In this time, he have to find out if. So I called him up 8 o'clock. I feel that I got. Yeah, I called him up. He said, "Go to the train and come right away to me, to New York." So I took the train.
All the way from Baltimore.
From Baltimore, and I went to him, and soon I came in, he didn't look how many patients he have. He took me in and took blood from me, from the menstruation, and tested. After he said, he find out that I can have a baby. I still can have, I produce it. And after he said he want to see if I'm able to get pregnant. He have to after the menstruation, I shall come, and I will be clear, I shall come over and he will make me pregnant with oil. You know, to find out if it goes in through the canals, if I'm able to get pregnant. It's like pregnant. When he put in the oil, you know, I was swimming like I'm pregnant. Yeah. And after I cleaned up and I got good. And after he said he want to test if he is all right, why I don't get pregnant. Everything, is he find out that some place is blocked for me. I can get pregnant. Everything is all right. But I had there like this, a tomato was this side, like the little tomato. Nice a tomato. In a tomato this side, I had inside, but kills the babies because I had a miscarriage. So is before he make the operation, he said he want to see if he is all right. Is, you know how to have, you have to be together to make sex, but he have to put on a robe, you know, on his thing, and this shall go in. He take it out and go right away in a laboratory and find out if his stuff is good. As you can imagine, we make sex, and we took a Golda taxi, and we took the bottle to a laboratory and tested. Yeah, that's what I did. And they find out it's good. And if this is good, then he said, I have to have an operation. If I will have an operation, I will be able to carry out a baby. But before I get an operation, and he wasn't a citizen yet. He was 3 years in the state. You know, you have to be 5 years in the state. And he was working with Dr. Goodmacher. And he said, my opinion is this, okay, I see everything is all right, but I would like Dr. Goodmacher to see you too. And in this time, Dr. Goodmacher took $50 a visit. And $50 in 50 was a lot of money. And I said, okay, I don't care, $50 with $50. I want to have a baby. So I went to Dr. Goodmacher. Dr. Goodmacher looked at me and find out the same thing, I have to have an operation. But before I go to operation, he want to hear from me things. Why so badly I want to have a baby. As I told him, I had a little boy, and this boy saved my life. If I will not have another baby, I don't want to live. I don't want to live. It's no life. Without a baby, it's no life for me. I have to have a baby. If I can have a baby, it's okay. If not, I just don't want to live. It's, you know, I feel, I missed it. You know, he didn't took for me no, you know, the $50. He said, I shall pay, he paid $9 for the room. But, you know, the visiting in hospital, he paid $9. If he had a customer, is he have to pay $9. He told me, you pay the $9. You know, for the room, he didn't. And for this, what I did, he said, you just let me know if you have a baby. So he said, if so...
What he told you about Baltimore?
What's it about Baltimore? If so, don't go away, stay in hospital, and we will make the operation tomorrow, after tomorrow, you know, day 2.
So what was this about Baltimore?
He told her, in Baltimore there was a horse waiting. I forgot the name.
He said like this, you see, I can guarantee you if you can have a baby, but there is the races in Baltimore. He was from Baltimore, it's horse races.
What's the name of this?
Each 5th horse wins. If you play, you can win, you can lose, you know. But if you will make the operation, you can have a baby. If you will not make the operation, you will not have a baby. Is you have to play like you play the horses. Yeah,
if you don't race, you can't win.
Each 5th, you have to have 20% chance after the operation.
After the operation, you have a 20% chance to have.
Without
because of my age, because I wasn't young. So he told me like this, don't go home. In the second day they make me the operation.
Were you there, Dad?
No.
No, he had to stay with Uncle Leo. If after the operation, you have to have a menstruation, you know, after the operation, and after the menstruation, you count 17 days. In this night, you have sex with your husband once, but no more than once, and go away for 4 months. If you get pregnant, you know.
If you get pregnant, go away for 4 months.
You go away, don't sleep in the same room, sleep in another room. So, no, I had to go away for 2 months. I went to months.
You had to be in a convalescent home.
In a convalescent home for
after
2 months
operation.
after the operation. Yeah, and after the operation, meanwhile, I have the menstruation, the second menstruation. I shall count 17 days and stay with your husband for 1 night. That's all. And so was, I went in a convalescent home, I couldn't stay. So I went to the Ackermans to Montreal on a slipper. In the train,
or
in the train.
Which Ackermans?
Pinchas.
This
Pinchas and
Pinchas.
Okay, not
Son.
Mayor.
Yeah, and after the second menstruation, I came to New York, and the doctor Klebanov saw me, and he said, go to Baltimore, and let me know if you get pregnant. So the same night, we had one time, and in the morning I say, Herschel, mach a bris. I find out right away that I'm pregnant. So I watched myself, and I had there a Dr. Korn was his name, he also died. he was our family doctor. Is I went to this Dr. Kahn and told him, Dr. Kahn, now I want a good doctor, a woman doctor, because before I had a doctor and I had a miscarriage in the 6th month. I was 6 months pregnant. And I want now a good doctor. Is the Dr. Kahn said to Uncle Leo, she is pregnant, do it aufwachsen Ruhe. He will grow hair if she is pregnant. He didn't believe because he know my age. But I went to him again and I told him, please give me a good doctor. So he said, you know what, I give you a good doctor. From England came a rabbi and he is a woman doctor. He was a rabbi. He had over. And I give you this doctor. This doctor was my daughter's doctor, and you can take him to. And so I went with this doctor, his doctor.
What's his name?
Wie noch hat der Doktor geheißen, gedenke ich gut nicht.
Okay.
Anyway, they make me a Sicilian. You know, we figured out, because we know the exact date when I got pregnant, you know, because after I was 4 months away from him.
The doctor asked her when it came the time, so he asked her when I am off from the store, because I had a store with Leo.
He had a week.
I took off Wednesday and Leo took off Monday.
Oh, because of the cesarean would be on that day?
So in Wednesday she went to the hospital.
Tuesday I went to the hospital.
Tuesday evening, and Wednesday was the cesarean. So I was there.
He was there.
And following Wednesday was the birth.
It worked out.
So we all three was there.
You see, when I had a Sicilian, you know what means a
Sure.
Is he give me the back and the spinal, a needle, is this part from here till down is like that.
Numb.
And I was, you know, I said, when he opened here, I feel like I make now with my finger, you know, because no, it was numb. He cried when they took him out.
I cried. Yeah.
He was a bit, I cried. The voice, the cry was like a boy. And he came, the doctor told me, Mrs. Murveit, Mazel Tov, you have a boy. And he was, is after I want to nurse him. I say, I want to nurse him. He looked at me. I'm old, you know, this age, in a Sicilian. And I say, I want to nurse him. And I nursed him. 6 months.
But he liked to bite.
But after 6 months, he bite my breast so bad. In this same room was another lady, and she gave birth a girl, Debbie. You remember Debbie?
Debbie
Of
Sachs.
course, you remember that.
And we made birthdays together with Debbie.
Didn't they confuse the babies? Didn't they switch the babies?
What?
Wasn't there a story how they gave her me, or they gave you Debbie, or something like that?
No.
No? Well, I guess not.
He was a little boy. We came to that Debbie. One day Mrs. Sachs took Debbie, wanted to give her a birth. So he undresses and goes in there too. He's ready.
We rode around together in the car.
Well, it's enough.
I had a car.
Not enough.
I had the car. And I took Debbie's mother with Debbie. in the Jaime, we went to parks and God bless you. You need a tea with lemon.
Okay, it's time to
She
have.
needs a goggle
Now
muggle, that's
it's
what she
time
needs.
to have tea with lemon.
Time
Yeah.
for tea with lemon.
It's
Right.
finished the whole tea.
Make sure the numbers are right. No, don't touch it.
Why? Why do you want it still?
Hi, Les.